Yeah, because the stage is too good.
When do we mulligan for Laboon then?
Never.
Is it
Yeah,
never?
yeah. I
Even
thought about
against like
it, but
Lucy?
then yeah, without stage, it's just not good enough. And like surprisingly now, the laboon is not that important anymore because like back in OP15, if our board is empty, like all our 7k or less character is dead, we cannot play the game. But now it's different because even if we have an empty board, we can just play 7 cost Zoro with 3 down up, and that usually is good enough. So now the laboon is not as important in my testing. So you don't have to mulligan for laboon, just mulligan for stage. Stage is the
Yeah.
most important. Okay, and then let's go back to the first search. And so
Yeah,
here,
I think that's one of my like sometimes I don't know what to pick, you know.
okay, so with this deck, we run a bunch of searches. So most of the time, what we pick is just our play for next turn. So here, you don't have a 4-down play. So if you don't have a 4-down play, then you pick your 4-down play. Now, 2 Sanji going to the bottom is a bit scary. But honestly, it doesn't really matter because your Sanji would be bounced back to your hand anyway. And yeah, okay, so for this deck, like this is a deck with like no dawn cheating mechanics. So if you miss your curve, you miss your curve. Your gameplay is weaker now. So if you have the choice, you always just pick your character for next turn
Yeah.
because not missing your curve is the most important. And then playing Usopp here is good. Okay, this one 7, no problem. And then here we have a decision point here. So you have the 6 cost Luffy and you also have the 5 cost Sanji. Here, I think we should prioritize the 6 cost Luffy. Reason being, on your next turn, which is your 8 dawn turn, there is a world where you might play double Sanji. Now, you have one Sanji at the bottom already, I know that, but there is still chance that you get the second Sanji, maybe off the top, maybe off the life, maybe off the one cost Nami. There's a good chance that you have a Sanji next turn, and if next turn you can play double Sanji, that's a way stronger play than your other play. Because you see this 6 cost Luffy, this 6 cost Luffy is quite hard to play. Because on 8 dawn turn, ideally you want to play 2 characters. And this 6 cost Luffy right here, you cannot play with Sanji until your 9 dawn turn. So on your 8 dawn turn, the best you could do is maybe this Luffy with maybe an Usopp, and that's just weaker than double Sanji. So here, I will play the Luffy first so that uh the play of double Sanji next turn is still open.
So we will play Luffy and Nami.
No, not
Would you
Nami.
clear?
I would play
No,
Luffy and
no.
nothing else, and I would play Luffy and one
Uh,
cost Nami, yes, and then try to search for the Usopp next turn. So say for example, I play the Luffy here and then I play the one cost Nami and then I might just pick up the stage looking for another Sanji. Because next turn if I get double Sanji, we're good. Oh, and then here I wouldn't pick up the DMG here. We have two DMG already. Uh so DMG as a card is not really a 3k counter in this deck. It's actually a 1k counter that can only protect life and can only defend against 7k attack. So this is like worse than a 1k counter, like counter wise. And you
yeah,
already
yeah.
have two DMG, so you don't need the third one. Here, I would just pick up the stage and then maybe look for our curve for the next turn. The stage is free in this deck because you get the down
Yeah, we
back.
get to play and
Yeah,
we get to attach.
yeah. And then okay, this is your next turn. Okay, so here you have 8 down here. Now, ideally, you want to be playing two characters with utility, but now you cannot do that. because there's no two big characters you can play. So here, what I would do, so we're playing one characters anyway. So if we're gonna play one character anyway, we want to play the bigger one. So here I would just play Zoro, because against Ace, it's quite hard to give pressure to Ace because later in the game they will just base up, they will become AK leader, and it's gonna be rough if you don't have the big drop like this. So here, if I'm playing one characters anyway, I'll play the Zoro. It's not like you would take any damage by playing the Zoro anyway. And then if you play Zoro here, for the next turn, you have your play already. You have the Sanji, you have the Luffy. So next turn on your hand on turn, you could play 3 cost Sanji and then 6 cost Luffy, and then you have a full board now. And then, yeah, nothing to talk about in the following turns, because I think you gave the Dawn, and then, yeah, you counter accordingly. It was not bad. Okay, these are good. Yeah, going for the smaller characters is good. Okay, Luna here is also okay. But here, uh, I would consider holding on to the Luna, because I think here, like, if you use the Luna, you're gonna have 3 down up, but if you hold on to the Luna, you're gonna have 5 down up. And
Yeah, 5 down up.
yeah, with 5 down up, I think you can defend anyway. Like, they may go 12 into 7, and then you're gonna 3 down it. And these are basically not touching your face, so you have the 2 down left. If they go 7, you give 1 down. Then if they somehow go 7 with leader, you give 1 down. So 5 down is definitely enough. I don't think you need to spend the Luna yet. So by not using the Luna, you can have 1 more card in hand.
And then we use the Luna when they play the Zoro, right?
Yeah. Because they have to play the Zoro at some point. But then here, you miss the window to play the Luffy, and it's just really awkward right now because the Luffy is only good on 6 down turn and 9 down turn really. But if you miss that window, it would just be really awkward in your hand. So ideally, like if you want an impactful turn with the Luffy, it's usually Luffy Nami Luna or Sanji Nami Luna, something like that. You never want to play the Luffy at this point of the game.
Okay, so just now if we played Zoro first, right?
Yeah, we should play Zoro
And
first.
then we played Sanji, Luffy. Do we ever go Nami? Sanji, Luffy, Nami?
Yeah, we could go Nami if we need to, but I don't think we need to in this case. You could play anyways, the free blocker, but I would. Okay, in this specific hand, you can play Nami because you have the DMG already to rest like Marco and stuff. But let's say you don't have DMG, you might want to hold on to the Nami. But we'll go Sanji now, Nami, Luffy here, because you have way too many DMG, so you're gonna be fine. Okay, the counter is good. Okay, yeah, killing the white beard here is fine. I agree with it. And then here, this is a bit tricky. So you could tell that you probably don't need all 3 of the DMG. So when they swing 8k like this, you want to give the DMG while you still can. Because this DMG or any 3k events in general is quite hard to give. Because let's say they swing 6, you don't want to give this. Let's say they swing 7, that's a perfect. And then when they swing 8, it's awkward again. Because 3k is just an awkward number. So here, but in this case, uh, it's it's good to give the DMG first. Reason being, the DMG can only defend your leader, and in this position, your opponent can always pivot to bot. So, but you cannot take this hit, right? Because if you take this hit, then you might die. So here I would just go DMG and then 1k, and then I still have 2 down to defend my characters. And now they go 7. When they go 7, you definitely DMG.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can imagine if they go like 9 into the Usopp, you're gonna want to defend them. Yeah. And we're just going for okay, so here we're going for game here, and this more of a fundamental thing. So here, they are at free hands already. So we actually don't have to start 9. It's like guaranteed. It's guaranteed even without spending any dawn. So here you would just go 9 first. If they spend 2 cards to counter, good. Then now 8 into all down on Zoro is guaranteed. But if they take the 9, then suddenly your gem is a bit stronger. Now here it doesn't matter because starting with 10 is still guaranteed, but it's just a happy thing to like not spend your dawn first. Because you never know if there's like random trigger and stuff, and you want to have more dawn to prepare for it. But it's guaranteed anyway in this case.
So it's just like with Saka, because Saka we always just swing with 8 first, right?
Yeah, I
So do
kind of
we
like
just
that. And
so yeah.
then here, like let's say they are not with a free hand, maybe they have 7, 8 hands, so it's not guaranteed. Then the way we will ask for the most amount of counter, there's 2 ways to do it. One is you could go 9, and then if they take at any point, of course you jam. And then let's say they counted the 9, you go another 9. Let's say they counted the 9 as well, and then you would go 6, 8 with Nami or 7, 7 with Nami and leader. But in the context of Ace, like for your final 2 attack, it's usually better to like start lower because they would get 2 cards from the life and the top deck. So yeah, so usually here, let's say they have a bunch of hand, you'll go 9, 9, 6, 8 or 10, 10, 10. But 9, 9, 6, 8 is better because 10, 10, 10 is like they get to see the life and the top deck and then counter the 10. I think, yeah, I think I have notes on that. Yeah, I've sent it to you. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
let's go to the second game then. This is against Mihawk. Okay. And here, you swung for 7, but you shouldn't be swinging 7 here. The first reason being Mihawk is not a deck that could counter all of your 6k swing. So they have to take a 6k somewhere in the game. So if they need to take a 6k anyway, they want to take it early so they have more options. So 6k or 7k, it doesn't really matter because they would just take anyway. A good Mihawk would just take anyway. But there's actually ways that they could counter, like you could be punished by swinging 7k. That is, they might swing something bigger than 7, which happens a lot. Because let's say they have another searcher, they would like to play the searcher. But if they play the searcher, they cannot swing 9. And so your dawn is you can counter that 9. If he doesn't swing 9, you can counter the attack for free with the dawn. So by leaving 2 dawn up, you force them to not play searcher or not to hit your life. So there's no point going 7 here, just go 6. And now they didn't hit anyway because they have way too many like searcher stage break in their hand. But let's say they don't have double stage in hand, they would just swing 7, and you would just take the 7 because of it. Okay. And then for the following turn is quite good. Yeah, just curve out, play the Dawn Extender first, and then you could change the 7 cost. Okay, leaving 4 Dawn up, leaving as much Dawn as possible is correct against Mihawk because you could imagine they could go 7, 7, 7 very easily. And you do want to counter 2 of the hits. So you're gonna 2 Dawn this for sure. Hmm. Okay, Zoro is right. Yeah, yeah. They played a lot in battle, so here you definitely Zoro a second time. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Here, you shouldn't spend the Dawn just yet. I mean, you shouldn't spend the hand just yet, because as regular Luffy in general, you want to spend all your Dawn first before you counter. So because like there is like okay, so let's say you fall down here, they have no attack currently. They can get the other Dawn. They have to spend something to get your other Dawn. So they would need to attach at least 1, 2, 3 Dawn to break through your 1 Dawn. So by using 4 Dawn to counter here, you force them to spend 3 Dawn to break through your leader ability, and that is really good. But if you give the counter first, they just may not swing this, and you lose the card for nothing. So in general, just use all your Dawn before you counter. Unless you know for sure that 5 Dawn is not enough for that turn. Okay, yeah, Nikai is really good. And then uh here I think you swung really big into base, I think. Yeah, you swing 11 into base. But here, what I would do is I would put 2 down on the Usopp as well. And so I would swing 7, 7, 9. Because first of all, they are low on hand size. So swinging 9 and 11 here does not make a difference here at all. Having the extra swing is better. Now, if you swing the Usopp might die. But the Usopp dying is actually very good for you. Because if you think about like from the Mihawk side, they either hit the Usopp or they hit your life. If they try to kill your Usopp, that means you save 1 life. Let's say they kill the Usopp, meaning the Usopp is being a blocker for you, and that's extremely good. So you want the Usopp to die here, so you can swing with the
Yeah,
Usopp, and you have a full
because
board anyway. Yeah.
we're like in late game, right?
Yeah,
Late
yeah,
game
yeah, 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 yeah,
situation.
yeah. If they kill the Usopp, instead of taking the life, with this free life you can play forever. Because like with this board, you're taking 1 life maximum each turn. You're never taking 2 life in a turn. And here it's the same thing again. You need to just spend Dawn first. Don't give the counter yet. Yeah, you would just 2 Dawn this. Because it's okay for one of their swing to connect. You just want to counter out of these 2 swing. Now even if they go 11 into 9, that's good for you because you're still at 3 life. It's amazing.
So it's okay if they just attack our board. Just
In this case, yes. Because your board is big enough already. They have like no hand. They cannot survive the rest of your board anyway. So even if they take your board, it's okay. But here, you took 2 life for no reason, absolutely no reason. So yeah, the first mistake
yeah, I
being
think
you throw the
yeah,
card, and the second mistake is like when you throw the card already, you need to defend a second swing. Like you have to defend this.
yeah. I think I was more worried about my board than my life. So
I think your board is like whatever. It's a good enough
yeah,
board. And now you have to counter this. If you stay at 1 life, you might actually lose. But if you like hold on to this life, I think you're being really safe here with the board that you have. They are on a 2-turn timer, but you're not. You can play for like 3, 4 turns here. But if you take this life, it's different. So basically, last turn you wasted this 1k counter and you wasted this like 6k counter as well. So it's really wasteful. Just use all your Dawn first. But here we should be fine anyway. Oh, we're not fine.
I
Okay,
think
yeah, GG
I
then.
lost because I played over the Usopp,
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
and
yeah,
because
yeah.
of that
Yeah,
that
yeah.
extra,
So
yeah,
yeah, yeah. You shouldn't play over the Usopp. I think you realize, yeah. You should play
yeah,
over the 7 cost. It doesn't matter. They are dying anyway. So
yeah. I think I care too much about the big because I could just play another one, right?
yeah, yeah. You can just play another turn. You can just play for like 3 turns here if you counter accordingly. And here is another Mihawk game. Hmm. Okay, defending the life is okay. And here, you play the Luffy, and then after the Luffy, I believe you play the Nami, but you should always play the Usopp first. The Nami is like useless, but the Usopp is extremely useful in this deck. Uh, what what why play the Nami? Can you like explain?
Well, I think this is because what's this? It was out right after the last game, right?
Oh,
And then I lost to the Kenya one. Then I think it's just like it got in my head. And I was like, let me just get rid of his one cost.
yeah, yeah, fair enough. All right, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, alright, but you should also you should play the Usopp first. The Usopp is a useful character, but the Nami is not. So here, yeah, playing the bot is correct, and I would also play the Usopp here because it's pretty free. Oh, but pushing here is also okay. By pushing here, you save the Usopp in hand, and then you actually push, so it's not bad. Both are okay. And then, I mean, two down here is okay. Yeah, two down here is okay. Because they still have like 5k, 6k, assuming no attach. And yeah, you could just counter all. But here, I believe they swing a second 7k. Okay, actually no. Okay, here. So right here, this is specific to this new Mihawk. Now they swing with the 7 cost Mihawk. I think you should just always block with the Nami because first of all your board is good enough already and you don't have enough board space for next turn potentially. So you should just let the Nami go. And this swing here is always the biggest swing because there's no way that they will swing 9 or bigger, right? They could not swing 9-9, right? They would never swing 9-9. So if they would never swing 9-9, then you letting the Nami go is not like there's nothing bad that could happen if they cannot swing 9-9. So if you don't block with the Nami, what would happen is they might draw into something that can negate the Nami. And it's gonna be bad for you. Yeah, like this.
Yeah, I think sometimes I'm a bit too protective of my board,
Yeah,
and then
yeah. So okay, the way like one very important skill of RG Luffy is that you need to map out the possible swing on your opponent's turn. So like from here they're on 9 dawn turn. So let's say they play a 9 cost, they're gonna swing 7-7. And let's say they play a 6 cost, they're gonna have 6 dawn to work with, so they might swing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They might swing 8-9. But if they play 6 cost and then swing 8-9, and you actually block with the Nami, you're just gonna go 2 dawn, like counter the 8, and then 2 dawn, 1 card, counter the 9 as well. But like if they play a 6 cost, then it's actually quite good for you. But obviously here, uh spending 2 dawn is also okay. But like for the following swing, you might need to spend more. And you might have to let the Usopp go here. I think it's just good practice against Mihawk now to like get your blocker value right away, especially when they swing the Mihawk with a draw one ditch one ability, because they just might draw into something that can out the Nami.
yeah,
And
because they have like
then
the Piranha, DMG.
yeah. And here I would not play the Luffy here. I would just play the Zoro. Because if you think about playing Luffy, you look at the board here. So this is 7k, 7k, 6, 6, 5. And then with their leader ability, they could easily swing like 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, maybe. Or even bigger. So in that case, like they could easily swing 5 sevens. And in that case, if you play the Luffy, you're gonna take a bunch of damage. So here I would rather take the Zoro, and then so that at least this turn I'm not taking any damage. Because if you play the Zoro, you're gonna have 4 down up. And this Luffy still has utility as well, because let's say you top deck a Luna, you could actually go Luffy, Nami, Luna. So it's not like it's dead if you don't play it now. And I don't think there's better chance to play Zoro than now. Because if you don't play Zoro, you cannot counter all attack with Dawn. But if you do play the Zoro, you're gonna counter all attack with Dawn. And then you're gonna have a 9k on board. So Zoro is clearly the best play here. So okay, so they let the Oden go, which is quite good for you, so that you're not taking as much damage. Okay, so here obviously you're gonna give the Dawn, because you want to force them to spend something to attack you. Okay, taking is okay, and giving the Nami is okay. Yeah. Oh, giving the Nami last is alright, because they used the Pepper already. Yeah, this is okay. You have no better play. You want the 9k on board, and you can actually get a rush too. But here, you reduce the Mihawk already, and in general, you want to swing your smallest swing into the Mihawk, because the Mihawk is gonna die anyway. To like any swing you swing into it, they would die. So let's just swing the smallest swing into it, so that your other swing can go to the 7k leader. But you swing the leader into it, so you lost 1k of value here, but I think it's okay. And then here, if you're gonna swing anyway, I think I will swing the 9k to face, because I don't think there's any world where they would like to take the 9k double attack, so they're gonna have to counter it. Here, I might even go 10k into face and then just swing the rest into face as well. Because I don't think you're dying here by any means, right? Uh, but if you're concerned, then you could just swing 9k as well. But if you're gonna swing 9 anyway, you would use the Nika to go into the 7k first, so that maybe you have the double attack for face later.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. And then yeah, giving DMG here first is okay, because the DMG is quite hard to use. And then you have to counter this, yes. And then they take your life, okay. It is actually a bit tricky. So first thing you want to calculate is, do you leave another turn? So for that purpose, you're gonna count if the gem can kill you. So maximum they could go is they could go 21k into your face, and then 7k into your face, or maybe 7, 7, 20. Yeah, something like that. So for that purpose, you're gonna go 7k, you 1k, 1k, and then you counter the 20k with 5 dawn. With 5 dawn, you are 17k, and then 19k, 20k. So I think you're dead exactly. Yeah, I think you're dead exactly. So then you're gonna have to kill the Mihawk then, because you always kill the Mihawk here, so that you're not dead. So you would leave exactly instead of dying exactly. So if you just kill the Mihawk here, you're gonna be fine. Or you can even kill the 10 cost. Yeah, so there's no way you die now. Yeah. I mean, here is the same calculation. Do you die to a gem? It's actually quite risky for this play because what they could do is they're gonna have the character in hand, and then they may just play a 5 cost character. And then if they have the 5 cost character, they could go 5k, 16k. And then with your hand, you could still counter. So yeah, it's not that bad actually. Yeah. Wait. You cannot. You only have 4 dawn. Oh wait, yeah, you only have 4 dawn. Oh, then you might die. Let's
Or
say
don't.
let's say they have a 5 cost 7k in hand, and they go 5 17k. So we're gonna give this, and then you 4 dawn 8k 10k 11 12 12 plus 5. Yeah,
Oh,
you die
because of the
exactly.
Piranha trigger. Because of the if the Piranha trigger, then I would have lost there.
Yeah, if the Perona trigger,
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
it has
The
to
on
trigger
trigger.
into a 5 cost smoker or something. Anything that is
Yeah, yeah.
7k. But here the
I
safer way to
actually
go for
I
it
didn't
is
think of
to
that.
just play the Zoro. Because if you play the Zoro and then you kill the Mihawk with 5 dawn up, you won't even die to a 7k 20k. So Zoro is the safer play here. It will guarantee that you leave the next turn. And you don't have to touch the Perona that way. Because you are 7k leader. Yeah, so there's a guaranteed way to survive, and you should just take that most of the time. And then here we have a goofy game. Oh, I think this is a really bad game for you. I don't think you're locking in when you play this, and yeah, we'll just look at it.
I don't know, because sometimes I play the sim, it feels more different than real life.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, here, very important mistake. No red green Luffy players should make this mistake. You need to use your Dawn first. Like before using any counter, you need to use your Dawn first, because by using the Dawn, if they want to like hit your face, they have to rest the character, and them resting the character is actually a real cost. Them resting the character is good for you. You want to force them to rest the character, so here you will just give the Dawn first. And now they just don't swing. And you lost the card for nothing. And here, this is your 5 Dawn turn, and on your 5 Dawn turn, you always want to play the bigger character. Because let's say on your 5 Dawn turn, you're gonna play some character, and then on the next turn, you want to swing with this character, right? But usually at that point of the game, you cannot perfect counter everything. So let's say you play the Usopp, and the next turn you swing with the Usopp, you're gonna have a rested 5k on the board. And they might just put every swing into the Usopp, and you might not have enough counter to defend that. Or you're gonna like use some hand card to defend it, which is also not ideal because you are still at 4 life. And this red green Luffy deck does not get extra cards. So here, when you have the choice, you always play the 7k Sanji, because a rested 7k is really hard to kill. So they have no choice but to go for your face. But if you play the Usopp here, then the Usopp might just not be able to swing. Hmm. And then here, I believe you play the Nami here. I don't think you can play the Nami here because you need all 3 Dawn active this turn to counter their swing. So you can think about it like this: by leaving 1 extra Dawn up, you gain a 2k counter for free. So here you are basically throwing away a 2k counter to search, but it's always not worth it. So just leaving 3 Dawn is better. It's usually better. If there's a potential that you need all 3 Dawn next turn for counter, then you just leave all 3 Dawn. You don't go for the search. Yeah.
Could you have used the Luna there? No, right?
Uh,
The trigger.
in this specific situation, I would use the Luna here because taking down to 2 life is extremely risky against the Goofy deck. So I would just Luna here and then rest this, and then next turn we kill it. Oh, yeah, we have all 5 done anyway, so it's good. And then they're gonna do some
Okay,
standard
so
stuff.
actually, I saw the notes.
Yeah.
You say the Laboon is not needed here.
Laboon is not needed here. No,
Yeah.
I think Laboon is
Mm.
good. I think Laboon is good here.
Oh,
Because by playing Laboon, you play around the graph blade, which could really screw you over. So I would also play the Laboon here. We always play the Laboon here.
okay,
If
yeah.
we have the choice, yeah. Oh, I think for that note is for later. Like later on in the game, when you have a big enough board already, you don't need the Laboon because you don't care if they
Yeah.
graph blade. But now you absolutely need these characters here, so you have to play the Laboon. Playing Laboon is good. And then here, same thing. Don't use 1k counter. You absolutely need to keep that on here. Yeah, now they just don't
So
swing.
usually only during like late game situation, I will use my hand, right?
Uh, only during situation where your all 5 dawn might not be enough to defend everything. So let's say they're going for lethal, right? And you have a 1k counter in hand. In that case, you can give 1k. But here, like, your 5 dawn is very much enough to counter everything. And even if, okay, if your 5 dawn is not enough to counter everything here, meaning they did not play something on curve, they spent extra dawn to hit you, and you're actually okay with that because they missed the ideal curve already. So here you always
Yeah,
just
yeah.
give all the dawn. Okay, killing that was nice. Hitting phase was standard. Funny. Okay, it's quite funny that they leave their whole bar standing, so they're not breaking through your leader ability. And on the next turn, there's a very real restand threat here. So then, uh, the thing you want to do here is you want to clear some of their board so that their restand doesn't kill you. Because next turn they could go, let's say, 9k, 9k, uh, 6k, and then play a Luffy, and then play another, I don't know, Gaudino, something, and then they might just go restand. Or, yeah, it's just a restand, I think. So you're gonna try and kill some of the characters here. And here you have a pretty... Okay, you started with the Nami. Oh, that's kind of funny. Okay. Yeah, started with Nami is good, because the Nami might find you the Zoro, and finding Zoro is good. So yeah, I would also start with the one called Nami here. And then, no choice. Here there's a consideration to just pick up the stage here.
To search
Because,
for
yeah,
Zoro, right?
search for Zoro, yes. So if the stage can pick up Zoro, you are still 7k leader with 5 dawn, because you have a 3 dawn worth of restander here. So you play the Zoro for 7, and then... Oh, you have 4 dawn up, actually. Yeah, you only have 4 dawn up, but 4 dawn is enough here, also. Because you have like 2k in hand. And then, okay, let's say in this position, playing the Nami here is very good here because you're gonna take out 2 of their attackers, and we would also pressure life in some way. But
Wait,
here,
they cannot restand, right? Because
they...
they don't have 5 different characters.
Yeah, but they can play over.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
But here, if you're gonna go for the Nami route anyway, I would play the Luffy with it, so that you get some extra board. So here, what I would... Because you don't need the Laboon now already. Because even if they grab blade you, you're gonna be fine. You have a decent enough board. Like you have the 7 cost
If they
Zoro.
yeah, if they grab it, they will get rid of Sanji, Usopp.
Yeah, they will get rid of Sanji Usopp. I will play the Luffy first, and then I'll play the
Yeah.
Nami. We'll play over the Laboon. And so in that case, they would probably get rid of the Sanji and then the Luffy. But in that case, though, they only have 5 Dawn left to work with, and I believe they would want to stun these, or they would like to like play some characters. And in that case, your Nami is gonna block one of the swing. You're gonna use Dawn to counter the Boa swings. And when the Boa is rested, you could just Luna them. So yeah, that's basically the plan. But by playing the Luffy, you get yourself a extra character, and extra characters are nice. And then here you just give the Dawn. Oh, what do we do? Oh, we counter. Ah, yeah. Okay, so here taking is good because you can see that they have 2 swing coming. If they spend all Dawn with a card, they will just get another card with the leader, and you don't want that, so you have to take this one. Taking is good. Yeah, and then in this position they swing 7. Now if they swing 7 like this, I wouldn't mind Dawn and 1k here because they have the leader that. Oh wait, you have the Nami. Yeah. Oh, in that case I would just give the Nami then. Because of course you cannot block the Boa, and 7k is like as big as it gets, like in on this turn. So if you give the Nami, you only get punished when they put 4 Dawn on leader and then swing 9. But I don't believe that would be the case because for them to win from here, they need to like develop some board. And if they spend 4 Dawn on leader to hit you, it's just not gonna do it. Like even with double Boa, it doesn't matter. But this is also okay because you can just block the leader swing. But there's always chance that they would just play maybe a 2 cost Scaldino, rest an army, and then they somehow hit you. So you don't want that to happen. But yeah, giving the Nami was good. Okay. Yeah, that's also good. We just Luna them. Here I would swing with the Usopp as well.
Usopp first, right? Because maybe they trigger something.
Yeah. They would trigger like Graph Blade and then maybe your Usopp is gone. So yeah, like that, yeah. And then the game is basically over. Oh, that's a funny one. So this is like another pretty weird situation where you might have lethal, but it's not really guaranteed. And in that case, you just think about, do you guarantee survive the next turn? And in this case, I think you guarantee survive the next turn.
Yeah, I think I was counting if I survive.
Yeah. So you minus 7k, 100% kill this boa. There's like actually
Yeah.
no way they don't die. You have the 9k rush. And then you kill this boa, probably kill this croc as well, and then you just never die. Yeah, I think. Yeah, play over the lagoon was good. Okay, here, again though, like same mistake. You reduce the boa already, and so you want to give your smaller swing to the boa. You don't swing 7k into boa, you just go 5 into 2. And then it will probably die anyway.
Yeah, because at this point, even if they kill Usopp, they're not hitting my life, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. yeah.
it
The
really
Usopp dying
doesn't
does not
matter.
matter. Yeah, you should hit with the Usopp.
Yeah.
No rush here is good though, because if you go for the rush, then you don't have all the dawn up. You only have 4 dawn up instead of 5. So no rush is okay here. doesn't matter, and you just win.
I think here I took the life right
Hmm?
before I think the Goofy game.
For the Goofy game? Yeah.
Yeah, towards the end, I took the life first before defending because I feel like if I had blocked, he would have like tried to freeze
Uh,
here.
yes, yes. Actually, though,
He would have tried to play for one more round because
yes,
he
that's
like
possible with Luna, right? They could
yeah.
go Gaudino Luna. So basic. Wait, they only have Photon left. With Luna, do they survive? Hmm. No, I think you still take. You still take because it it looks this way, but it's actually not guaranteed lethal.
So would you block first, or would you
Mm,
just take
I I would
and
take
then
this
just
no
block?
matter what. Reason being, this is like not guaranteed lethal actually, like as much as it seems, because they have like photon up. So let's say they're gonna leave photon up, and then we might need a broke to secure a lethal. So we might just go 9, and depending on what they do, we do broke, something like that. So taking here is good, because like if you counter this and then
He might not swing, and then he just leave his dawn up for other things.
Uh, I don't think it matters that much in this position, but I don't see a reason to counter here. But I was just thinking about like how they would punish. So let's say um they have 4 champion rifles. Dang. Yeah, maybe you take.
I think we can see the hand after.
Yeah, of course, like the 4 champion rifle is crazy.
Yeah,
But anyway, I think okay, I think there is some mistake that you shouldn't make even if you're on autopilot. This is like the basic of RG. That is use all your dawn before countering. Uh that's true because
but every
dawn is
time on
free.
defense, it doesn't matter. I just if I still have a dawn up, that means I'm doing something wrong, right?
Uh if you still have a dawn up and you counted from hand and they have swing all the characters, then yeah, usually you're doing something wrong. But the reason is that if you can use your dawn to defend, don't use your hand because you get dawn every turn, but you like and the dawn counter is the free counter, but your hand card is limited resources. So you want to use all your dawn before countering.
But
Now,
let's say if we have 5 dawn up, right,
yeah,
and they swing with their biggest first, we just take it, right?
you need to map out like what are the remaining swings. So let's say on this turn you're taking 1 life anyway, you take. But let's say like on the previous example, maybe the Goofy game, they swing the 9. So here's an example. So here you're gonna take 1 swing here no matter what, because this will take away 3 dawn, this will take away 3 dawn, this is taking away 1 dawn at least. So you're gonna take one of the hit here no matter what. So if you're gonna take one anyway, I think I will just take it first. But here countering is actually good for you here because you want to force them to turn the board, so you don't take first. So by using free dawn, you force them to rest the board, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what you want.
For this matchup
Yes,
specifically.
yes. For any matchup, because like no matter the matchup, resting the character is always a real cost, and you want to force them to do that. So you can think about it like this: by using your dawn first, you're forcing them to rest the character. So okay, And there is some like more advanced skill that is you could like just use all your like okay how do I say this um sometimes in some matchup you want them to fall you want them to rest their character because resting the character is bad for them. So in that case you would intentionally not leave enough dawn to counter everything. So let's say they have 3 characters, but you only have 3 dawn. So by going 5, 5, 7, they could actually like hit your life. But if you leave like 4 dawn up, then they have no reason to swing anymore. So by leaving one less dawn, you are telling them to rest their board, and maybe that's what you want. Now, obviously, higher level player would not fall for this. They would just leave their board standing anyway. But if you are very sure that resting the board is bad for them, you would intentionally leave less dawn than the perfect counter dawn. I mean, not in this position, like maybe earlier like this. Let's look at a easier situation. So here, okay, so here's an example actually. So let's say here you could leave up you could leave up 3 dawn here potentially, but you see by leaving up 3 dawn, if they go 5k, 5k, maybe 7k, they're gonna take a life from you. But by doing that, they're gonna rest this and then maybe you can kill it. But if let's say like potentially you have 4 dawn, then they will realize if they play curve, then they will never break through the 4 dawn, and then nothing will be rested. So then no matter like what they're thinking, they're good or bad, they would just not swing with everything. But by leaving less dawn than the perfect counter dawn, you make them decide if they want to turn the board. And when turning the board is really bad for them, some weaker player would still turn the board anyway because taking life is fun. So that's one way you can manipulate your opponent into resting their characters. But there's more advanced skill. And for the most part, just use all your dawn before countering and leave maximum dawn maybe. And then uh there's another very important skill with Red Green Luffy, that is you want to leave exactly enough dawn to counter everything. So let's say your opponent board is completely empty, and then they don't actually have any swing. Or like Mihawk is a bit different because they have 3 dawn that is free to use. But let's say Ace. So against Ace, the number they're gonna swing is very linear. So on 5 dawn, they're gonna swing 7. And then they would not swing anything else. They would not swing a 9. Like not they would never swing 9 on their 5 dawn turn. So here, if you can leave 2 dawn up, that's enough. There's no point in leaving 3 dawn up. Something like that. So let's say you're missing the Usopp here. You could actually play 2 searchers because 2 dawn is enough. So yeah, that's about it. And
Yeah,
then,
so basically some you're saying sometimes we don't need all 5 dawns.
yes, sometimes we don't need all 5 dawn. And if you don't need all 5 dawn, you want to use the rest of your dawn to pressure. This is
Yeah.
especially important in the NL matchup or the Nami matchup. But it's less important in the matchup that you gave me because most of the time against like Green Blue Luffy or Green Mihawk, you just leave maximum dawn because they can break through your maximum dawn very, very early on. But let's say against NL, usually against NL, 3 dawn is enough because you can counter the 5k leader swing and then the 7k weenie swing. So 3 dawn is just enough. Leaving 4 dawn here is no point because by leaving 4 dawn, you are still not countering the 10k. You're still just counter the leader swing and the weenie swing. So 4 Dawn is not correct. So you can use that extra Dawn to maybe hit 6k instead of 5, maybe hit 7 instead of 6. So against like these kind of matchup, like every single like Dawn attach will matter because at the end of the day, it will come down to like 1-2 cards, like in this matchup.
Especially Nami, right?
Yeah, and
Like,
Nami as
you
well.
have the
Yeah, because
7.
like in Nami, you need to like you need to treasure every single chance that you get to swing at them. And you want to swing as big as possible. Like 7k and 8k actually make it quite a bit of difference in the Nami matchup because later on in the game, you're going to ask for some 2k counters. And if you ask some 2k early, they're not going to have enough. But let's say you just ask for 1k counter and they get to like keep the 2k in their hand, you'll be extremely hard to break through in the late game. So these are the skills against Enel and Nami. But for you, specifically, I think you should just practice like you should practice how to map out your opponent's swings. And so the way you do this, you try to think about what their best possible movement is. If let's say Mihawk, their best possible movement is they're gonna go 5 down, they will play a 5 cost, and then they will rest the stage and then hit 8. So 2 down is enough in that case. If they have the smoker, they may swing 9, but let's just not think about that. So then if they swing anything more than 9, then they did not play the curve, and that's also okay for you. So by leaving exactly enough dawn to counter their swing when they have perfect curve, you're gonna be fine. Because if they hit perfect curve, it's good. You have perfectly enough dawn. But if they don't hit the perfect curve and hit for bigger, that's also good for you. So for this deck, Red Green Luffy, you want to know what the best possible movement for each deck is on each turn. And that's gonna take a bit of practice. But with practice, you can do it. And also one more thing is you need to understand when you should let the board die. Because with the new Red Green Luffy, we can put character on the board way faster than before. And a lot of the time, our 5 board space is not gonna be enough. Uh, in that situation though, because we have very high value character like the Usopp, your opponent is actually very struggle to like kill the Usopp or not kill the Usopp because both ways it's gonna be good for you. So let's say they kill the Usopp, meaning instead of hitting your life, they chose to kill the Usopp. So this Usopp basically became your life. But if they leave the Usopp standing, you might have way too many down standard on the board, and you can actually go for the 7 cost Nika with the rush and then still have like 4 down up maybe. Let's say you have double Usopp. So it's really awkward for your opponent when you have the board. And when you are in a situation where them going for the board is good for you anyways, you should just swing with everything for maximum pressure because you're in a position where you can swing the Usopp or not swing the Usopp. But in this case, you don't mind the Usopp dying, but you also don't mind the Usopp leaving. So the Usopp dying is whatever to you. But this swing that Usopp can do actually matters for your opponent. So it's a free swing and you should swing. Because Usopp dying is not a problem for you at this point of the game. And this is not something that would happen in OP15, but with the stage, we put our character way faster. This is a thing that could happen. So yeah, just keep that in mind.
Okay, I have one question. Okay, so let's say they power reduce our Usopp to 0 and they swing with a 2k. Would you give two Dawn so they commit a bigger swing into the
Okay.
0?
For that purpose, you need to think about by spending the 2 Dawn, how much counter did you effectively have? So let's say they have a 5k leader, 8k character, 8k character, maybe something like that, and a 2k character, of course. And then when they swing 2 to 0, and then you counter, they will just use the 5k swing to swing into it. So then you will die anyway. So by using 4k counter, you countered out of a 5k swing. So that's definitely not worth it. But let's say another extreme situation where their leader attacks already is gone, and maybe they have like 12k, 12k, 2k, and they absolutely want to kill the Usopp. Let's think about it like that. So they go 2 into 0. By spending 2 Dawn, you force them to swing a 12k into your 0k. So normally when they do 12 to 5, you need 8k counter. But since you spend a 4k counter on the 2 to 0, you direct the 12k swing into the 0 attack. So you absorb a 12k swing with just 4k counter. And it's worth it. So you need to look at the board and then think about like what other swing can I absorb effectively by countering for the Usopp? This more fundamental thing. You need to think about
Yep.
from your opponent point of view. Any last questions?
No.
I
I think that's all actually.
I see. Yeah, if you have any question, you can just DM me to ask because I think there's like quite a lot to think
Yeah, because
about for
sometimes
this deck.
I
Yeah.
forgot what I want to ask.
Yeah. When you have some question, you can just ask. Yeah.